Hello there, and welcome to a very, very sexy sneak peek at the Boom Beach dev build. This is not real Boom Beach. Alright, maybe that doesn't... It's Boom Beach, but it is not, I guess, the normal Boom Beach that you play and love. This is the developer build, which is why in the top left-hand corner my level is so crazy. That's not a real representative of anything, it's just a random number that I put in there because I'm a dork. And in the top right-hand corner, you'll see a D, a great big D in a box. I'm not referring to myself in the face cam, I'm referring to the green box that has a D in it. That is to indicate that it is indeed the Boom Beach dev build. And thank you very much to everybody at Boom Beach, aside from making such a fantastic game that I love to abuse and play, for giving me the opportunity to do this and, you know, take a crack at showing off the hot pot. That's right. It's sitting on the screen for a reason. This is the new unleashed, very exciting prototype defense that is coming up in the new Boom Beach update. No word as to when said update is going to happen, but we know it's coming. Much like winter, the update is coming. So we're going to start off with hot pot number 1. Very basic stuff. Obviously the stats, 10,000 hit points. Sorry. 10,000 hit points on it, does 600 damage per second with an extra 500 damage over 5 seconds, which is really just another 100 damage per second. So we can call this 700 damage per second if we were so inclined. Then we will move on to the hot pot number 2, 15,000 hit points natively, a little over 1,000 damage per second, and 850 damage over 5 seconds. For those of you who suck at math, that's like 170 damage per second, on top of the just over 1,000. We're gonna call it total 1,200 damage per second, just because I enjoy rounding numbers. It's what I do when I'm bored. I'm like, let's round some numbers. 7 becomes 10. All right, hot pot number 3, 20,000 hit points on it. 1,440 damage per second coming out of the nozzle with an extra 1,200 damage over 5 seconds, which, if I do my math and I do it correctly, is an extra 240 damage per second, which, if you add that on, it very quickly becomes almost 1,700 damage per second coming out of this bad boy. That is squee exciting. Now, obviously, I've got things boosted a little ridiculously. I wanted that so that I could really show off this particular prototype. This, again, is not my normal base. I have not turned into a glowing smurf. I am just trying to show some things. So, now that you know how much damage it does, how much damage it can take, let's get into the really exciting stuff, because that's just for chumps. The hot pot has what you could call a slightly larger radius than a normal flamethrower. Look at that. That's just embarrassing. For the flamethrower. You go back there. No one wants you. If we compare to a machine gun, for example, you can see right here the machine gun kind of hits that first step of the iron storage. The hot pot just comes down to the edge of the yard, if you want to call it that. Very, very small. 1 square smaller than a machine gun, which I believe, if I'm counting this, is like 7, maybe 7.5. So this is about 6.5, give or take, squares. And yeah, that means the only things that can escape the radius of this hot pot are grenadiers and tanks. Which, well, that's okay, because we're going to get to that in a minute. A New York minute. Now, the next big and crazy exciting thing, as you've noticed, It looks kind of like a button, or, well, I guess on a better screenshot here, it looks like a pair of trapdoors. The reason for that is the hot pot lives in an underground bunker, and while it is underground, it is invincible against all things damage, which means if you try to artillery or bartillery this bad boy, it doesn't care. You can barrage this thing all day long. It will not take a single damage. Which is good for those of us who are looking for maybe a shield replacement and they want to have a defense they can drop right behind their HQ in a corner base, where this would be absolutely devastating. I know a lot of people have seen probably people's bases where they have shock launchers in behind the base, because if you throw to shock it, you're going to shock your own warriors on, like, say, a warrior rush. Well, in this case, you can take out that and throw in the flamethrower, because obviously if people are rocking enough GBE, they can try to blow up your shock launcher. With this, it doesn't matter how much GBE they have to have warriors in range of this absolutely devastating little monster, or they're not going to be able to do anything to it. Oh, warriors, come out and play. Alright, but I know what you really want. You want to see this bad boy in action. So again, this is not real. This is a Hammerman that doesn't technically exist. Don't get worried. And as you can see, out come the flamers. They are burning. This is against tanks. Look how quick the tanks are going down, for crying out loud. And on the far right, you can see the grenadiers are blowing things up left and right, but because that one is staying in its safe spot, it has taken 0 damage. Now, this is another great example of one of the things I love about this defense so much. The second that there are no troops in range, it actually will duck back down inside its safe spot, and it once again becomes impervious to damage. So when the level 2, which is the one on the left, had nothing to attack, or like they're both doing right now, duck in they go, wait until the Grens walk up, and then, oh, you made a mistake, Grens. Shouldn't have walked up. And rinse, repeat until everything is down. It's glorious. I absolutely love this hot pot. It is fantastic. It is definitely going to change the way things happen when you're trying to defend, because no matter what you do with this thing, it is gonna suck up some GBE. Alright, let's try another round of troops. This time, we're going all squishy. That's right. I am going to unleash the horde on these poor unsuspecting flamethrowers. Well, hot pots. I don't want to insult them and call them just a flamethrower. Like, really, look at these things go. They have no time for anyone who isn't ready to get smoked. Ain't nobody got time for that. Look at the riflemen just rolling in. Now, this is crazy because the reach is so long on these hot pots. As you can see, they don't just take out the front row defense. They go all the way back and burn anything and everything that's in range, which means those poor Zukas aren't going to last more than half a second. Wow. This is just beautiful to watch. It brings a tear to my eye. It's so beautiful. Honestly, they should take this right now. Here, we'll get rid of the machine gun because it shouldn't exist. There. All the bases should just have this. This should be hung in a museum. It is so beautiful. I'm just gonna... two of them side by side. Look, they're friends. They're holding hands. They're sharing, I don't know, fuel cells underground. Anyways, guys, this has been a very quick peek at the new Hot Pot defense. If you haven't done any reading on it or looked anything up, there's threads on the forums about it. There's, I'm pretty sure, tweets coming out of Boom Beach every once in a while. Definitely follow them. They will keep you apprised to what's happening and what's new. And of course, stay tuned to this channel because I will be bringing you as many sneak peeks as I can possibly get away with. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully this has been entertaining. Hopefully this has been scary to anyone who likes to come and use warriors. But most importantly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.